so glad you could join us today. Who's ready for some worship? Let's get up and dance and have some fun.
No matter what, Jesus' love for me will never change. No way, He's always there, taking care of me, and I believe, Jesus, you and me are friends forever. We are, I know, friends forever. We are. I know it's true, when I fall, He's watching over me, He's always there, taking care of me, and I believe, Jesus, you and me are friends forever. We are, I know, friends forever. We are. When I'm down, He picks me up. He is there no matter what. And I know He loves me. Jesus and me are friends forever. We are, I know, friends forever. We are, I know, friends forever. We are.
Know what time it is?
It's time to hear a story full of wonder. There's so much fun we'll have learning together. So let's go down to the clubhouse with Ollie and his friends. Let's go down to the clubhouse where wonder never ends at the Wonder Clubhouse. At the Wonder Clubhouse. Hi friends, I'm Peyton. I'm so excited to set up a cozy book nook for the clubhouse. I just love to curl up with a good story. First, we need a bunch of soft pillows. This is my flower pillow. It makes me feel so bright and cheerful. Next, we need some cozy blankets. I love my super fuzzy blanket. Let's see. We have pillows, we have blankets. What else do we need for our cozy book nook? Oh, yes! We need books! love books. There's so much we can learn from stories. I have board books, picture books. I even have some big kid chapter books. Once upon a time,
Who?
it's Ollie!
Hello, Peyton. Who? Reading stories, are you?
Oh, hi, Ollie. I love stories so much.
Stories are wonderful. It's true. Jesus even told stories too. Listen to this one. Just follow me through. Who?
Follow me through, follow me through, who? Ollie's got a Bible story for me and you.
Wow. Oh, hola friends, I'm Luis, the handyman. I was painting this piggy bank, but I got so caught up in reading my Bible, I forgot about it. You know, Jesus teaches us the most amazing things. Like this story I was just reading in the Bible. Do you want to help me build it? Great! Hammers up, little builders. Ready? Uno, dos, tres, hammer! Great job, little helpers. You can put your hammers down. Now we just need our story tools. Yep, we have everything we need. Today's true story from the Bible is a story Jesus told to teach us that God loves us no matter what. It's about a dad and his son. The dad had saved a lot of money to give to his son when he was much older. But one day, the son asked his dad to give him all the money right now. And the dad gave it to him. The son took the money and went far away from home. Everybody waves to the son. Bye. The son took his dad's money and spent it on everything. He bought fancy clothes, he ate really fancy food, he spent all the money with all his friends. And then whoops, the money was all gone. Everyone say, all gone. All gone. There was no more money. The son didn't know what to do. He didn't have a bed to sleep in or any food to eat. The son was so hungry, he even thought about eating pig food. Everyone say, ew! Ew! Yeah, he was really hungry. The son knew he had made a lot of bad choices. He was so sorry, and he wanted to go home, but he didn't know if his dad would let him come home. Since he had nowhere else to go, the son decided to go home. And when his dad saw him coming, he ran to his son and hugged him and threw him a big party to celebrate. The dad was so glad that his son had come back home. The dad loved his son so much, even though the son had made bad choices and spent all the money. Jesus told this story because he wants to teach us something very important. He wants us to know that God loves us no matter what. I'm so glad we have a friend like Jesus to teach us important things. Hey there, Ollie. Tell me, who teaches you important things?
Jesus teaches me important things. Yes, it's true. Now let's hear it from you. Tell me, who teaches you important things?
Jesus teaches me important things. That's the truth, friends. You better believe it. Adios. See you next time.
So there's your story, and it's all true. The Father loved his Son, just like God loves me and you.
Thanks, Ollie.
Goodbye to you. Hoo! Hoo!
Wow! Jesus told such a great story and taught us that God loves us no matter what. I think I got the story. Did you get it? If you did, say got it. Get it? Got it! Good. Oh, here's my Bible. The story about the dad and son is right here. I'm gonna get all cozy and read it again. Bye! The lost son.
I am with you always. Matthew 28:20. I am with you always. Matthew 28:20.
Hey Calvary kids, welcome to another edition of our game show, and today everyone gets to play. If your family is interested in playing one of our games, feel free to email me at the email address listed here and we'll get you signed up for a future week.
Welcome to Bible Trivia. This time we'll be asking questions about Jesus feeding 5,000 people. The first question for 100 points. What food did a young boy have with him? Was it A, 7 grapes, B, 2 melons and 2 fish, C, 2 fish and 5 barley loaves, or D, 5 barley loaves and a fig? The answer is C. The young boy had 2 fish and 5 barley loaves. The next question for 200 points. How many people gathered to hear Jesus teach? Was it A, 500 men plus women and children? Was it B, 5,000 men plus women and children? C, 1,000 men plus women and children? Or D, 2,000 men plus women and children? The answer is B. 5,000 men plus women and children gathered to hear Jesus teach. The next question for 1 million points. What is another name for the Sea of Galilee? Is it A, Lake Tiberias, B, the Dead Sea, C, the Mediterranean Sea, or D, the waters of Merom? The answer is A. Another name for the Sea of Galilee is Lake Tiberias. The next question for a bunch of points. In which place were Jesus and his disciples when he fed the people? Was it A, on the beach, B, on a hill near Lake Galilee, C, in a forest near Lake Galilee, or D, on a boat in the Sea of Galilee? The answer is B. Jesus and his disciples were on a hill near Lake Galilee when he fed the people. The next question for 4 points. Why did Jesus ask Philip, "Where shall we buy bread for the people to eat?" Was it A, to test him, B, he needed to buy bread to feed the people, C, he was hungry, or D, he wanted Peter to buy bread for everyone? The answer is A. Jesus asked Philip, "Where shall we buy bread for the people to eat?" to test him. The next question for a gajillion points. What did Jesus do when he held the loaves of bread? A. He blessed it. B. He sold it. C. He ate it. Or D. He dropped it. The answer is A. Jesus blessed the loaves of bread when he held them. The next question for a few points. After the people had eaten, how many baskets of food were filled with leftovers? Was it A, 8, B, 10, C, 11, or D, 12? The answer is D. After the people had eaten, there were 12 baskets of food filled with leftovers. The next question for 500 points. Which feast was about to begin? Was it A, Passover, B, the Feast of First Fruits, C, the Feast of Trumpets, or D, the Feast of Unleavened Bread? The answer is D. The Feast of Unleavened Bread was about to begin. The next question for so many points. In which region did this event take place? Was it A, Galilee, B, Gozan, C, Israel, or D, Zebulun? The answer is A. This event took place in the region of Galilee. And the last question for double your current points. Where did Jesus go after he had fed the crowd? A. He sailed away on a boat. B. To pray on a mountain by himself. C. To meet with his 12 disciples. Or D. He continued to talk with the large crowd of people. The answer is B. After he had fed the crowd, Jesus went to pray on a mountain by himself. Thanks for playing Bible Trivia. We hope you'll play again soon.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
What do you focus on when you're putting together a puzzle? Maybe you look for the edge pieces so you can mark the boundaries of the picture. Maybe you grab one piece at a time and try over and over to match it up so that it makes sense. Maybe you get stuck on that missing piece and can't move on until you fix it. Maybe you avoid that one section you know is going to be super hard. Or maybe you lose patience because it's taking so long to see the big picture. You see where I'm going with this, don't you? Sometimes our lives can feel like one big confusing puzzle. You've got one piece here and another over here, and they don't make sense. Like, how could they even be a part of the same picture? You've got big, frustrating gaps, and you just can't see where it's all going. But that's where hope comes in. Even when we don't see how it all fits together, God does. In fact, God has promised that He is working all things together for good for those who love Him. Every single thing in your life has a place. Even that really weird piece fits somewhere. Yes. And even if your life feels like this right now, in the end, God will make everything right. We'll see how even the most confusing pieces fit together to form something amazing and beautiful. And because we know that God can see the big picture and is always at work, we know hope is alive. And when we choose hope, even in the darkest moments, others can see God at work. That's why hope is an amazing way to worship God with your life. Because worship is about more than just singing loud. It's all about living loud.
When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know that you'll be by my side all the time. You'll never leave me. When shadows fall, I will have no fear, 'cause you're right here. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. No matter what tomorrow brings, I know that you'll be by my side all the time. You'll never leave me. When shadows fall, I will have no fear, 'cause you're right here. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive. You are a light that makes a way when I am lost. You love with everything you have, no matter the cost. You are my hope, and I will trust you with all my life. You are a light that makes a way when I am lost. You love with everything you have, no matter the cost. You are my hope, and I will trust you with all my life, yeah. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light. When the night is darkest and I feel weary, I'm not alone, 'cause you are with me. A new day is coming, I see a light, and the sun will rise, and hope is alive, yeah. Hope is alive.
Oh, good, we're live.
Hey everyone, my name is Jacob.
Hey, question for you. Who likes puzzles? Ooh, I know I do. I like all kinds of puzzles. Jigsaw puzzles and Sudoku puzzles, crossword puzzles. Oh, those little pieces of metal that get all stuck together and you have to spend hours twisting them apart? Yes! Woo! I love puzzles. Every single puzzle has a solution, no matter how challenging. Puzzles remind me of hope. Hope is believing that something good can come out of something bad. You see, sometimes life can feel like a puzzle, kind of like you're trapped in a maze. But when you have hope, you know that there's always gonna be a way out. Got it, Jacob. Woo! Or what if you've got so many problems that you feel like you're underwater? Well, hope reminds you to just keep swimming. And then there are those problems that just seem impossible to figure out, like this bottle puzzle right here. The object of this puzzle is to get the ball into the neck of the bottle. Problem is, there always seems to be something in the way. Been trying, this is fun, to get this one, no, almost there, solved for like 10 years. No, come on. And then go, oh, maybe this one is impossible. In today's story, we'll hear about two sisters and their brother who found themselves in a situation that seemed impossible. So, they called on Jesus, who didn't do what they expected. I bet this bottle wouldn't expect if I got a hammer right now.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of John, chapter 11, verses 1 through 45.
Though Jesus had no home of his own when he began to travel and teach, there were a few places that he frequently stayed at. One was the home of Mary, Martha, and Lazarus.
Come in. We want to hear everything.
Stay as long as you like.
Mary, Martha, and Lazarus lived in the town of Bethany, just outside of Jerusalem. But the last time that Jesus had been in Jerusalem, it didn't end so well with the religious leaders.
My sheep listen to my voice. My Father who has given them to me is greater than anyone. I and the Father are one.
He just claimed to be God. What an evil thing to say.
The leaders actually picked up stones, threatening to kill Jesus. Jesus knew this was not the time to confront them, so he and his friends left and crossed over the Jordan River. While they were gone, Lazarus became very sick.
I just need to lie down.
Oh, he's burning up. We need cool water. I'll sit with him tonight.
But Lazarus didn't get better. He became more and more feverish and restless.
So hot.
Mary and Martha became so worried about their brother that they sent a messenger after Jesus. After a long journey, the messenger finally reached Jesus and his friends.
Martha and Mary say, "Lord, the one you love is sick."
Jesus turned to his friends.
This sickness will not end in death. No, it is for God's glory. God's Son will receive glory because of it.
Perhaps Jesus' friends thought he would just heal Lazarus from a distance, but 2 days later, Jesus told his friends,
Lazarus is dead.
Wait, what?
For your benefit, I am glad I was not there. Now you will believe. But let us go to him.
Even though the religious leaders had tried to kill Jesus in Jerusalem, he chose to return for the sake of his friend. When Jesus and his friends at last neared Bethany, they were quickly spotted by the men and women who had come to comfort Lazarus' sisters.
Martha, Mary, Jesus is here.
If only he had come earlier.
I have got some things to say to him.
Martha leapt up and ran to meet Jesus outside the village.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died. But I know that even now, God will give you anything you ask for.
Your brother will rise again.
I know, when people are raised from the dead on the last day.
Martha, I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live, even if they die. And whoever lives by believing in me will never die. Do you believe this?
Yes, I believe you are the Messiah, the Son of God who is supposed to come.
Jesus nodded and looked past her.
Where is Mary?
Martha raced back to get her sister.
The teacher is here. He's asking for you.
Mary couldn't stop her tears, but she got up and hurried to meet Jesus, followed by her family and friends. When she reached him, she fell at his feet.
Lord, I wish you had been here. Then my brother would not have died.
Jesus saw her tears and the deep grief of the others around her, and his own spirit became very sad.
Where have you put him? Come and see, Lord.
As Jesus followed the crowd, his deep sadness overflowed into tears, and everyone noticed.
See how much he loved Lazarus?
Maybe. I mean, he made a blind man see. Couldn't he have showed up sooner and kept Lazarus from dying?
Soon, the group reached the cave where Lazarus' body had been laid. A large rock blocked the entrance.
Take away the stone.
But Lord, he's been in there 4 days. By now, there's a bad smell.
Didn't I tell you that if you believe, you will see God's glory?
Martha swallowed hard and nodded to several of the men standing nearby.
Go ahead.
The men braced themselves and shoved hard against the stone. The wide mouth of the cave gaped open. Jesus stood in front of it and then looked up to heaven.
Father, I thank you for hearing me. I know that you always hear me. But I said this for the benefit of the people standing here. I said it so they will believe that you sent me.
Then Jesus bent down and called loudly into the tomb.
Lazarus, come out.
For a moment, they heard nothing. And then, impossibly, they heard rustling. Lazarus stumbled out of the cave.
Lazarus!
Lazarus' face and body were still wrapped in strips of linen, but he was very much alive.
Take off the burial clothes and let him go.
Swiftly, Lazarus' friends and family unwrapped the strips of linen.
Where am I? Jesus?
Mary and Martha hugged their brother, laughing and crying.
You're alive! You died. Jesus brought you back to life.
Many of the people who had come to comfort Mary and Martha saw the incredible thing that Jesus has done, and so they believed in him.
Oh, okay. When Jesus found out that his friend Lazarus was dying, he said, "This sickness will not end in death." And he was right, wasn't he? When Lazarus died, it wasn't the end. After 4 days, God brought Lazarus back from the dead. Yes! Woo! And because of that, we can know just how powerful God is. God made something good come out of something bad. And you know what? God can still do that today. He may not bring someone back from the dead exactly, but when something bad happens to you or the world, God can help make something good come from it. When you're having a hard time with a subject in school, it may feel like a maze. But God can help you stick with it and learn from the experience. When you have problems at home or in your family, they can get so bad that you feel like you're underwater. But remember that a very powerful God is with you through whatever you're going through. For us, a problem may seem like it's impossible, but for God, the solution is simple. Got it. Here's the one thing to remember today. Whatever happens, remember how powerful God is. Whatever happens, God is so powerful, he can make good come from bad. You may not see or understand how God is working, but you've seen how God has worked in the past. So you know you can trust God no matter what. I guess I'll have to move on to a different puzzle now that I've solved this one. Oh my goodness! No, I could do it again. No, just wait. Now that I've solved this one! Hold on. Solve this one! Okay. You saw me do it now. You saw Jacob do it. Jake, come on, Jacob. Come on. Just, where's that hammer?
Sit, Zoe, sit. Good dog.